Reed, what up, bro? You boy, work your team. I'll let you. Shout out to the Lost Boys. Y'all stay intact, all right? Peace right here in the building.
REED-BBS, BBS. I called it a 70-30 fight going in. Shit wasn't even that close. SHAKUR Stevenson wins the Ring Magazine and WBO super lightweight title with a unanimous decision over defending champion TEOFIMO Lopez. Judges scored it 119-109, three times. 11 rounds to 1. 11 to 1, in other words. And that one was a round that SHAKUR gave to him. SHAKUR took the 8th round off, just a takeoff round to refresh himself. That's the one round that TEOFIMO managed to win. A masterful performance, a boxing clinic, SHAKUR Stevenson's 4th world title in as many weight classes. He becomes the quickest to do so in boxing history. World titles in 4 different divisions in just 25 fights. From the outset, SHAKUR's southpaw jab was all the way on point. His jab has always looked good, but it's never looked better than it did this night. SHAKUR's jab was constantly pushing and ramming all up in Fimo's face, almost as if SHAKUR was shoving TEOFIMO's words and TEOFIMO's antics down his damn throat. All that monkey shit, bananas and shit, jiggle my balls in your mouth, all that shit, yeah, okay. He was jabbing all that right down his motherfucking throat. Southpaw 1-2s, the crowd oohed. Check hooks from SHAKUR as Fimo engaged. TEOFIMO was fighting off of his back foot, flinching from every feint, and looked completely unimaginative as early as the 2nd round. In addition to initially calling it a 70-30 fight, I gave TEOFIMO 3 or 4 rounds, the first 3 or 4 rounds, to make SHAKUR feel him before it was too late to reverse the tide. Well, after the 2nd round, it was already too late to reverse the tide. For the world to see, Fimo was taking a test that he didn't have the answers to. None of the answers. Some tests, you get a 65, 68. Professor, they graded on a curve. Maybe you pass barely. Not this test. Round after round after round, Fimo was failing the shit out of this test. Miserably, I might add. A counter left to the body actually made TEOFIMO's glove touch the canvas in round 4. And the respective body language didn't lie. It was control versus confusion. Same with the leadership, the calm under fire, and the level of instruction given by both corners during the fight. Again, it was a study of control over confusion. The control of Wally Moses and the sound advice he was giving his grandson, SHAKUR Stevenson, versus the unhinged, confused, nonsensical shit that TEOFIMO was getting from his old man in his corner. This ain't dogpiling. This ain't Monday morning quarterbacking. This ain't hindsight revisionist bullshit. I've criticized Fimo Sr.'s worth as a trainer going back to the Kambosos fight. One of the easiest ways to identify a good trainer is by the number of other fighters that's fucking with him. Besides his son, who else is TEOFIMO Lopez Sr. trained? For all that Fimo has accomplished, Honduran Olympian, 2-division world champion, 2-division Ring Magazine champion, he's accomplished a lot, but who else? Where else is that stable? Who else is in that stable of Fimo Lopez Sr.? I'll wait. No instruction, no plan B. Hell, I'm trying to figure out what plan A was. SHAKUR's 1s were landing. SHAKUR's 2s were landing. The 1-2s were landing in combination. Blood was dripping from Fimo's left eye by the 6th round. And it was pretty much rinse repeat of all I just said for the next 6 rounds of the bout. Some of us saw this coming. The signs were there. I mean, they were abundantly clear. George Kambosos, Sandor Martin, Jermaine Ortiz, the signs were there. Fimo lost to and or struggled with all three of them. So what exactly was going to happen when he got in there with a superior fighter to all three in SHAKUR Stevenson? Commentating from ringside, Sergio Mora called it boxing's version of a no-hitter. SHAKUR pitched a no-hitter. He humbled, he outclassed, he embarrassed Teofimo Lopez. There was never any master plan or ploy to get SHAKUR out of his game. The shit was never going to work. Again, Fimo is not a thinker on that level. He just isn't. He isn't, he wasn't, he never will be. He's a rudderless boat. A rudderless boat, no sail, no wind, nothing. Just no purpose, just sitting there. No sense of direction, just saying and doing shit with no rhyme or reason. That's what Teofimo Lopez is. All the repeated wink, wink, racial shit, it alienated a lot of fans that you were never getting back anyway. And now, after the consummate ass whooping that you took from SHAKUR, the fan base that remained with you is gonna start to dwindle. No doubt about it. Bruh, you got 11 wand in your prime. In your prime. That's damning. It's pretty damning. Guys win fights, guys lose fights in their prime. But to get dominated in your prime, to get clowned, to get straight up schooled like that? No way, no. The same way Prince Nassim Hamed, who I adore, by the way, to this day, the same Prince Nassim Hamed who got dominated by Marco Antonio Barrera, the way he just fell off after that, that's what's about to happen with Teofimo Lopez. That's what's about to happen with Teofimo Lopez. Fimo will never, ever be the same again after this embarrassing ass loss to SHAKUR Stevenson. Ever. All the King's horses, all the King's men won't be able to put Fimo back together again. He's cooked. Don't get me wrong. He'll continue to fight, as he should. He's already come out, said he's moving up to 47. That was to be expected. But in terms of what we should expect as fans, in terms of accomplishment, I'm saying even winning another world title at 47, I'm just not seeing it in the cards for Teofimo Lopez. He's cooked. He's cooked. For SHAKUR, the boxing world is pretty much his now. With his homie Bud Crawford retired, that's opening up a spot higher up the pound-for-pound ranks. And if SHAKUR was already in your top 10, as he should have been, this particular win should inch him closer to the top 5. I'm not saying he is top 5 for sure, but he's for sure in the damn discussion. SHAKUR said before the fight that he wasn't a true 140-pounder and he would only remain at super lightweight for a big fight. He called out Conor Benn, who was in attendance, and said that he would only fight Conor Benn at the same catch weight, or not at the same weight, but with the same rehydration clause parameters that Conor Benn used in his 2 fights with Chris Eubank Jr. SHAKUR said, give me a rehydration clause with your ass and we can fight next. I don't know how likely it is that Ben could get that low, but with him and SHAKUR both being Eddie Hearn fighters, we can't rule that one out. And it would do good business in the UK. Ultimately, SHAKUR would clown Conor Benn too, though. The size and strength might pose some slight problems, but Ben's footwork is terrible. And he's about the same height as SHAKUR, so he would have strength, but height and reach would be in SHAKUR's favor. And the wide gap in skill, it would always be there. So I like a Conor Benn fight for SHAKUR, very much, in fact. I don't see any real money fights beyond that for SHAKUR at 40 or 35. I mean, Ryan and Dev are money fights, but they're at welterweight now. They're at 47. There's a lot of intriguing unification options at both weights. At 140, Richardson Hitchens has a belt. Gary Antoine Russell has a belt. Old boy that just knocked Subriel Matias out. None of those are money fights, but that would strengthen Shakur's pound-for-pound case to unify, become undisputed at a higher weight class, a weight class that's not really where he's at right now physically. Shit is interesting at 35 also. You got Ray Mirataya, who would be a real good matchup stylistically with Shakur. We got Abdullah Mason over there with a belt also. And I'm pretty sure the WBA is about to email Floyd Schofield its WBA title, its lightweight title, I should say, since Tank is wrapped up in all kind of legal shit. So those are three good options for Shakur at 35. I don't know what he'll do exactly, but I like the fact that he's in the driver's seat. He's always said he just needed these big fights to show and prove. Well, he got one, he showed, and he proved. Shakur killing him softly, Stevenson. Shakur over everybody. Shakur over everybody. REED-BBS, BBS. Black Burke Sugar, Bachelor's in Boxing Studies. Television. Fred Sanford of the Fistic Arts. When all is said and done, there's nothing left to say or do.